Today's witness is Kwuz. It's a nickname. His actual name is not given, nor age nor origin. He would be about 60 to 65, bald with an untidy beard, piercing, rather hard eyes in a permanently sun-darkened face, a thin, rather cruel mouth, the whole expression ungiving and watchful, sardonic. The voice rather loud and harsh, barrel-chested with heavily muscled arms, and poorly clad. Kwuz will tell us of rough justice in the open air and of words written in the dust. Somebody once said, so I'm told, that Jerusalem has more beggars than anywhere in the world. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. I've never been out of Jerusalem, and I've been a beggar all my life. Certainly there are a great many of us. We supply a demand. People need to be reminded of how lucky they are to count their blessings. It makes them feel good to give a coin. You'd think people with a lot of blessings to be thankful for would give the most, wouldn't you? I mean, it follows, doesn't it? Rich people, big givers. Like hell. The givers are the poor people. Always have been. As I say, as you can see, there's a lot of us. Local colour, good tourist attraction. Though I must admit, looking around, a lot of us are not very pretty. We don't exactly beautify the landscape. High Priest Caiaphas didn't like us cluttering up his beautiful temple, and neither did King Herod, who made it beautiful. We've been cleared out a number of times, but we creep back, you know, we creep back. Herod's sons, Archelaus and Antipas, made similar noises. The Roman governors, Pontius Pilate, all of them, tried to get rid of us. We're still here. It's all a great game. Don't tell me that most of us are perfectly able to do other work. I know, I'm willing. What job would you suggest for someone with no legs who can't read or write? I can manage without legs. I've always had to. But once or twice, I wished I could read. One time in particular, I think of that occasion a lot. When Jesus of Galilee sat as near to me as you are, just the once, I remember it like yesterday, and it's nearly 11 years. It's about 9 or 10 since he died. Nasty business. He was a remarkable man, the carpenter, in many ways. I always felt a sort of kinship with him. We had things in common. No money, no possessions, and we weren't fooled by people. I know he loved them all, and I hate them all, but we knew about them. They didn't fool us. I've sat on this stone seat in this corner near the gate of this part of the temple for nearly 50 years. I've seen it all. I tell you that most people are not worth twopence. It's not because I've got no legs and I'm all twisted. It's because I've been observing people all my life. All day, every day. I can't write a letter or read a book, so I sit and watch the whole stupid comedy. The way people rush about and hurt each other and think they're clever. The way people seem to think that no one knows what they're up to. The beggars know it all. We beggars are the most accurate and fastest news grapevine in Israel. We know everything. I knew about the carpenter being baptized by his cousin John the day after it happened. The wedding at Cana with the water into wine business, the loaves and fishes, the healing of the sick, the disturbance he made here in the temple with the money changers, how they threw him out of the synagogue in Nazareth, everything. I could have told you the exact day that the authorities decided to put a stop to him. From that day, he was a marked man. They were at every meeting, in every crowd, experts in the law, high priests, the establishment. But he could handle them. As I said, one day he sat here next to me in the open, talking to a huge crowd, teaching, making it simple. Suddenly a gang of Pharisees and lawyers pushed their way through, dragging a woman. I knew her. A man had left his wife for her. Not unknown, such behaviour. Plenty of it went on. The Pharisees, a holier-than-thou lot, were there to make the carpenter look a fool, or to say something they could hang a charge on. They pushed the woman forward and made a half-ring around her. "An adulteress!" they screamed. "Proven! Great Moses said such women must be stoned to death. What do you say?" The crowd was silent. Some of them edged forward, looking for stones. Very little difference between a crowd and a mob, you know. The woman and Jesus looked at each other. Then the carpenter sat forward and reached down and wrote something in the dust by his feet with his finger, his head down. He didn't hurry. The Pharisees and lawyers screamed for him to answer. He got up and it went very quiet. Then he said, "Yes, she sinned. Let the first stone be thrown by the one among you who has never sinned." Then he looked at the crowd, and they went as still as he was. After a moment or two he sat down again, very calm, and again he bent down and wrote with his finger in the dust. "As near to me as you are, very quiet." Then people began to shuffle, and the eldest of the party who brought the woman walked away. Then another, then another. Soon she was by herself. Jesus lifted his head from the finger writing and looked at the woman. "All by yourself," he said. "Everybody gone? No stoning, no sentence. Did no one condemn you?" "No one," she said. She was crying. I wasn't surprised. Jesus got up and went to her. "And I don't condemn you either," he said. "Go home and don't do it again." She went out by that gate, and the crowd moved forward to surround the carpenter, to be near him. Soon the writing in the dust was gone. And because I can't read, I shall never know what it said.